WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Selena Schaefer. Britain's National Health Service does not have any evidence that patient data was breached following a ransomware attack, according to the agency. Tens of thousands of ransomware attacks Friday targeted organizations around the world, including 16 that are a part of the National Health Service. Jonathan Vigliotti has the latest.
The virtual attack sent the UK's National Health Service into emergency mode. Ambulances and patients were turned away from hospitals across the country after malicious software crippled their computer systems, making access to patient records impossible.
They said, "I'm really sorry, but the computer system is down. You're going to have to go away. We can't have any appointments. It would be dangerous to do so because you can't access any of the files."
Hackers encrypted those files, rendering them unreadable. To decode them, they demanded $300 in ransom. The amount would double after 3 days. If ignored, they warned, data would be destroyed. The malware program appeared to exploit a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows, first identified by the U.S. National Security Agency and later leaked in a series of stolen documents. The hack wasn't just limited to computer systems in the UK. Businesses across Europe, including Spain's telephone system, were targeted. Japan, Turkey, and the Philippines were also infected. And in the U.S., FedEx was hit. But it appears the brunt of the attacks were felt in Russia, including the country's largest mobile phone company. Cyber experts say guarding against such malicious software is easy, but often overlooked.
If you keep your security up to date, if you make regular backups of your important data, then you can recover from an incident like this. The problem is many organizations don't defend themselves in advance against ransomware attacks and don't have backups.
Here in the UK, Prime Minister Theresa May said there was no evidence patient data had been compromised. It could take several days, though, to fix the system. At this point, analysts say the hack appears to be the work of cyber criminals and not state-sponsored. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, London.
According to experts, this particular malware emerged in February and has one purpose: to extort money in return for releasing the data it has encrypted. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is busy vetting and interviewing potential candidates to replace former FBI Director James Comey. The president could make an announcement within a week. Roxana Saberi has more from New York.
I'm thrilled to be back at Liberty University.
President Trump delivered the commencement address at Liberty University in Virginia Saturday.
You must be willing to face criticism from those who lack the same courage to do what is right.
The president has received harsh criticism after he abruptly fired FBI Director James Comey this week in the middle of the ongoing Russia investigation. Associates of Comey say he was dismissed because he refused to pledge his loyalty to the president. The controversy escalated Friday when Mr. Trump tweeted, "James Comey better hope that there are no tapes of our conversations before he starts leaking to the press." In an interview with Fox News, the president says he never asked Comey to be loyal.
Did you ask that question?
No, I didn't. But I don't think it would be a bad question to ask. I think loyalty to the country, loyalty to the United States is important.
Saturday afternoon, Comey made a brief appearance outside his home. The president says he's moving quickly to find a new FBI director.
Very well known, highly respected, really talented people. And that's what we want for the FBI.
The list of candidates the White House is interviewing includes acting FBI Director Andy McCabe, Senator John Cornyn, former Justice Department official Alice Fisher, and Judge Michael Garcia. Roxana Saberi for CBS News, New York.
The next FBI director must be confirmed by the Senate. Well, the Yalobusha man wanted for allegedly poisoning animals for pay has been captured. Jonathan Perigin is being charged with willful killing of animals by the Yalobusha County Sheriff's Department. He allegedly poisoned and killed 6 dogs. Dahl Stanley is with In Defense of Animals and says Perigin was captured Friday night in Pontotoc. He's since been transferred to Yalobusha County. Well, a homeowner who initially thought his house was being broken into discovered his home was actually on fire. The homeowner on Tyler Street in Longview was awakened by a noise. He thought it was someone breaking into his house. He barricaded himself in his bedroom and called the sheriff's department. When a deputy arrived, they saw the house was on fire. The resident then started to leave his bedroom but found his escape path was unavailable. He then knocked out a window air conditioner unit and crawled out of the window. The house was destroyed, but no one was injured. Volunteers in Pontotoc used hammers and paintbrushes to help make the dream of a home ownership a reality for two families. WCBI's Chad Groening has the story on how this was made possible.
Construction of this house began on Mother's Day weekend last year, while the walls on another home went up this Mother's Day weekend. Volunteers from Pontotoc Habitat for Humanity were inside the first home applying paint, while others worked on the new home. Ginger Pettit is the new executive director of the Pontotoc Habitat affiliate.
The houses are not free. They are based on your need, your ability to pay, and your willingness to partner with Habitat for Humanity. It's for people who normally would not be able to afford to get into a house.
This weekend's work was part of Habitat for Humanity's 10th annual National Women's Build Week, sponsored by Lowe's Home Improvement. Being able to partner with Lowe's is a huge advantage.
At the end, we will get a $5,000 gift certificate to Lowe's, and that's very beneficial to the Habitat affiliates because $5,000 will go a long way toward providing a house for a family in need.
All of the houses on this street are part of the Pontotoc Habitat for Humanity's Circle of Hope program, and they intend to build quite a few houses on this street in the coming years.
We hope to be building houses out here for at least the next 10 years.
And of course, no houses could be built without volunteers. Miki Addison is a host on American Family Radio's Urban Family Talk Network. She even brought 3 of her children to help.
It really makes a difference that we are laying a firm foundation. This morning, I encourage all of the builders that the foundation of an effective and a prosperous family is the Lord Jesus. So I'm really honored to be a part of a build like this.
And Jessie Garcia came with her fellow Woodforce Bank employees.
It's always good to give back to the community that you're actually involved in, and it's good to actually put some work into it and help see the people that we see on a daily basis and actually help them out and connect with them a little bit more.
And Julia Tucker is volunteering as part of her effort to be approved for a Habitat home.
I put in an application, and hopefully one day one of these houses will be mine. So I'm out here trying to help me or another family.
It's part of the, I guess, sweat that you got to put into it, right?
Sweat equity, yes, sir.
So far, no families have been assigned to these 2 homes. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Pontotoc.
Now, the Pontotoc Habitat chapter tries to complete 1 home per year. Time now to turn it over to weather for our first look with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Jacob.
We had some storms yesterday, and we had those mean-looking clouds come through. This was the clouds in Calhoun County. Also, those of us had those storms sitting over areas. Here's some flash flooding in downtown Grenada that came in. Thankfully, today we just had the clouds to deal with. We dried out with the rain, and those clouds are finally now pushing out of our area. Those of us that got the sunshine today were a little bit warmer. We got temperatures into the upper 70s. Others of us, though, into the low 70s. Tonight, those clouds do clear out. We get lows into the mid-50s. We'll have your Weather's Day forecast and more coming up.
All right, thank you for that update there, Jacob. Well, there's nothing better than a home-cooked meal, except for maybe when the food is homegrown also. That's right, it's farmers market season around the Golden Triangle. This morning, hundreds turned out to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as home-baked goods and preservatives at the farmers market in downtown Columbus. Saturday was the kickoff of the 2017 farmers market season. Main Street organizers say the 30 local vendors who are participating help strengthen Columbus's access to local healthy foods, and it also connects people in the community to resources that can improve quality of life.
It's great for kids to start their healthy lifestyles at a young age, and we can teach them how to eat healthy out of the backyard instead of buying everything out of the store.
I just come to get the fresh vegetables and fruits, just homegrown merchandise. And actually it becomes a weekly ritual for me. I come practically every Saturday, and there's just a little coming out and enjoying the people and the food.
The Columbus Farmers Market is a state-certified farmers market, and farmers market season runs through the end of October. Tupelo also joined in on the farmers market fun today. There was even an official ribbon cutting at the farmers market depot, and customers were there early to take advantage of the outstanding selection of homegrown vegetables and other items as well. Manager Carl Brangenberg says that the better weather this growing season should have a positive impact on the availability at the 2017 Farmers Depot. He says it's hard to beat the freshness.
Unless it's a small grocery store that buys from the farmer, the earliest you're going to find produce in a grocery store is about 14 days old, and plus you don't have the tax there.
Brangenberg says that this year's market will be open also until October. It originally opened as the Tupelo Farmers Market back in 2000. Also going on in Tupelo this weekend is the annual Gumtree Festival. It's the 46th annual Gumtree Festival featuring artists from all over the country. It has long been an opportunity for accomplished and aspiring artists to show off the work and make some sales. Perhaps the youngest artist this year is Tupelo High School sophomore Sadie Jasper, who literally grew up with the Gumtree as her parents brought her when she was a baby.
It's an awesome opportunity. It's been something that I've been wanting to do ever since I was little, so this is a dream come true for me. I kind of just wanted to be a little bit of something for everybody with reasonable prices, so just something fun that people can come look at, and you know, there's sketches and paintings and Bibles.
There are also other art forms at this year's festival, including dancing. The Gumtree Festival will wrap up tomorrow afternoon. Coming up after the break, hear how one area resident received an honorable dedication just in time for Mother's Day. Stay with us. Welcome back. WCBI and Rick's Furniture teamed up to make Mother's Day extra special for one lucky mother with a chance to win a $1,500 shopping spree to Rick's Furniture. We had 1,347 entries. West Point resident Deborah Ely says that she was given a VIP treatment as she browsed Rick's Furniture in Starkville on Saturday morning. Ely says that she was thrilled to have won such a special gift, and Rick's Furniture employees say they were happy to do it.
We've been a big part of the community since 1980, and families in this area are so important to us, and it's just our way of showing appreciation for our customers.
I am very excited that I won. I've been looking at furniture all morning for me and my mother, mainly more for my mother, because it's been a while that I was able to get her something real nice. And I love her a lot, and I wish her a happy Mother's Day. Very
yes,
beautiful.
Isn't this pretty? I love
Deborah
it.
Ely is the mother of two, and she left with a living room set and something for her mother as well. Since the construction of Shivers Park in Mabin 17 years ago, one Mabin resident has walked the park's track nearly every day. 83-year-old Dorothy Holland's family and friends say Holland loves the park. She can usually be found walking the park's track at a regular time of 8 a.m. 6 days a week. Today, several Mabin town officials, along with most of Dorothy's family, gathered to honor her love of the park. Holland's family worked along with Mabin's mayor to rename the park's walking track this afternoon. The Dorothy Holland walking track was unveiled as a surprise Mother's Day gift from her family and the community.
It brings us all together to community service. And Ms. Holland, like I said, she has been, a lot of people have enjoyed it, but she's enjoyed it the most.
She loves this park. Other than going to church, this is what she loves to do.
Holland says that she spends so much time on the trail walking because she also uses the time to pray for her family and friends.
Tomorrow will be a beautiful day to go to Dorothy's Trail and take a walk. A super sunny Mother's Day for us. We do have a hot and dry week as well, and we're sprinting to summer in the weather department. We'll have your full forecast next.
Your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Well, we started off the day with lots of clouds here in Tupelo at the Gumtree Festival there. Finally got some sunny skies in there, mixing in with the sun and clouds. Those of us that were lucky enough to get some of that sunshine, we warmed up nicely. Look at Tupelo. We're at 76 right now. That blue sky there, mostly sunny out there. Some of us, though, are still in the 60s here. Down in Philadelphia, they're at 69, 70 in Starkville. Those clouds that hung to the south kept us a few degrees cooler while we're in the mid to upper 70s from Tupelo, West Alabama, Grenada as well at 78 degrees right now. Through the evening, then, we'll stay about where we are until the sun sets. We'll look at those low to mid 70s by 7 p.m., in the 60s after 9 p.m., and those clouds will go away finally overnight tonight, and that will set us up for a very clear and comfortable Mother's Day as well as into the week. Here's our forecast lows for tonight. We're going to bottom out into the mid-50s here under clear skies. It'll feel a little chilly perhaps in the morning, but we warm up really quickly. By 1 p.m. we're going to be at 80 degrees after lunch. Maybe spend the afternoon playing at the park outside with the kids for Mother's Day. 85 is our high tomorrow. As we're at 85 here in Columbus, Starkville 83, Tupelo 85 as well. Lots of sunshine and very warm out there. Tomorrow will be the coolest day that we have all week, though. As we see our temperature trend there, we get into the 90s on Monday and on Tuesday. That's a good 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of year. It's going to be very warm indeed as we're out there. And on top of that, we don't expect any rain either. Here's our future rainfall. The best chance to maybe see a shower in our area will come on Friday, but even that doesn't look likely, as most, if not all of us, will stay dry through this week. As we see that 7-day forecast, then looking at the 90s on Monday and Tuesday, the clouds do pick up a little bit on Wednesday, but we're going to keep it hot and dry as we go through the entire week there. It'll be muggy as well as we look at those morning lows, but overall, hey, we'll take the sunshine.
All right, Ole Miss continues its shock the world run in the SEC softball tournament. See if the Rebels can get it done one more time next in sports.
Here's WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel.
What a run by Ole Miss softball. The 8-seed Rebels coming off taking down the #1 team in the country in the Florida Gators on Thursday. They'd have to get through another softball powerhouse to get to the title game. Caitlin Lee and the Rebels looking to become the lowest seed to ever make the SEC championship game. They'd have to get by Bama. Already up 3-0 here. Check out, that is Elantra Cox. Let's take a look at that one more time. Look at the speed from left field. She's going to literally run into the wall to make this catch. Look at that. Reckless abandon. That's a heck of a grab right there. Helping out Caitlin Lee throw another complete game. Next inning, same count. Dakota Matiko takes that 1 yard. That's her first home run of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Ole Miss. The Rebels would hang on to win 4-1 and head to its first SEC softball championship in school history. So let's set the stage for tonight. Ole Miss taking on the LSU Tigers. As we mentioned, Ole Miss at that 8 seed, the lowest to make the final in SEC history, taking on 6 seed LSU. That game will be on at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Ole Miss swept LSU in the regular season, so we'll have to keep an eye and see if Ole Miss can take home the SEC championship in softball after quite a run here in May. Also, this game just wrapped up a couple minutes ago. Mississippi State drops Game 2 against Georgia 4-1. Mississippi State, of course, came away with the W last night. Everything went wrong for Mississippi State in this one. They got robbed of a home run, got an out called because of runners getting tied up on the bags. Just wasn't the day today. Game 3 will be tomorrow at noon on SEC Network Plus. We wrapped up the Fast Pitch State Championships last night, and now we shift gears to baseball. North and South half finals continued today. Teams battling to make it to the title or survive for one more game. Let's head over to Nanawaya. The Warriors looking to sweep Resurrection and advance to the 1A title game. Here, Resurrection strikes first. That is Ty Tingle and Patrick Newton. They're going to score off this Patrick Lee deep shot to left. The Eagles, they take a 2-0 lead here early on. Now here come the Warriors. Bottom second we go, down 3-0. Bryce Stanton, sayonara. That ball's tattooed to left. Good luck catching that one. Solo Jack makes it 3-1. Bottom third we go, one runner on for Nanawaya. Coley Taylor, he says, hey, Bryce, I'm going to do just like what you do. Look at this one go deep center. Not catching that one. The 2-run Jack would tie the ball game up at 3, and Nanawaya gets the come-from-behind victory in Game 2. 6-5, they beat Resurrection. The Warriors will play in Pearl for the Class 1A state final coming up on Tuesday at 1 p.m. We'll take a look at some of the matchups we've got going on around our area today. The primetime one, Oxford at New Hope. We'll be at that game, shoot highlights for you. coming up at 10 right here on WCBI Sports. Oxford leads the series 1-0. They'll look to wrap up that series and head to the 5A state title game, unless New Hope has something to say about that, and they'll tie up the series and go to Oxford tomorrow. Also in 6A, Tupelo travels to Hernando. They could end things tonight with a victory down south. Moorville at Kossuth. Moorville, they lead the series 1-0. East Union and Ingomar, both in a great battle down in 2A. Last check, East Union was leading that game 1-0. And then in 1A, Smithville trying to take down the defending champion TCPS Eagles. Smithville Seminoles, they lead 1-0 after a big win this past week. So we'll recap all these scores and highlights. We'll have highlights of TCPS and New Hope coming up for you at 10 right here on WCBI Sports. And make sure to check back here at 10 as well. We could recap some of the scores and talk about who could be going to a state championship game this week. That'll do it for sports. And the last of your forecast coming up after the break.
Tomorrow looks beautiful out there for Mother's Day. Mid-80s, lots of sunshine. Keep the sun around through the week though, but those 90s are going to feel toasty warm as we head through the week here.
Definitely a beautiful Mother's Day. Want to get out and celebrate all moms everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
Spend it outside while we have it. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.